And you have to be secure in who you are and whatever your faith is that you trust in. And, you start messing with things that you're not sure what you're messing in. Sometimes you can get in a lot of trouble. And that was really the reason for everything that I said when we started this conversation.
Right. Now, Blind Maiden, I don't know how much I believe that one. And a big reason is because it wasn't, I didn't find it, not every mention of it was on an urban legend site. A lot of them were on creepypasta sites. Creepypasta was just another word for copy-paste, so it may be somebody's idea of something funny that they wrote down. Sure. But I found enough backing it up on the urban legends, I felt like I should include it. But that one, Midnight Man, the Gathering of 100 Supernatural Tales, the Hooded Man, the Elevator Ritual, the things that struck me about those is they're ritualized. Mm-hmm. And even if they were created for the internet, which we know in one case it wasn't.
Right.
Because the elevator ritual was born after the elevator disaster in Japan.
Right.
So, even if what we're dealing with is strictly, is all made up by somebody, mm-hmm. It makes me think of the tulpas. Now, the tulpas is an Eastern idea. It comes from Buddhism, I believe. And basically, it's using thought energy to create something.
Right.
Now, it can be anything as simple as an apple to a life form.
Right.
And a couple of my favorite guys from Graveyard Tales, Matt and Adam, when they were talking about the tulpas, they brought up an idea, and it makes a certain amount of sense to me. And it's like, Slender Man has been a thing on the internet for how many years? Mm-hmm. How much belief is being funneled into that idea?
Mm-hmm. Sure enough.
And you're beginning to have people say they're running into him in real life. So, the elevator ritual, the Hooded Man ritual, the Gathering of the 100 Supernatural Tales, the Midnight Man, these are ritualized things.
Right.
And rituals tend to put us in a certain mind frame. It's empowering our thoughts. And if you think about it, the human brain, supposedly, we only use about 6% of it. And I've heard numbers that range as little as 3% to as much as 10%. So let's take the best, right? Let's say we use 10% of our brain.
What other 90% are we not using, and what could actually take place in that?
And so when we ritualize things like this, I think we're tapping in our own brain to find the power to summon this guy or to take you to these other places. But man, you don't know anything about the rituals or the people who created them or how they work.
Sure.
And rituals are one of those things that if you don't firmly believe in them and firmly have control over what you're doing,
mm-hmm. they can get out of hand very quickly.
Very quickly, and you can find yourself going from
playing a game
to being in a real life crap storm.
Nice. I like that.
Good save.
You in a hurry.
Exactly.
And so in the end, the reason I have left out many parts of the rituals is I don't want people attempting them.
Right.
Because whatever it is, even if it's completely made up, right. If it's completely made up, there's nothing for you to experience anyway. Sure. If it's not, then there's some danger associated with this, and there is nobody I know that deserves to be trapped in this creepy other world with things that, no matter what they look like, probably aren't human. And you may not... I mean, once you meet these things, what's the next step? I don't know. You don't know. Krista doesn't know. Do you know, Krista?
I don't know. What do you think I am? The next world's leader?
Okay. So, we don't know. And if you compare it to alien abductions or trips to the worlds of the Fae back in the Middle Ages, it's all very similar, but it's all very dangerous. And I just wouldn't want anybody to make these trips, whether they're real or not, without being fully informed.
It really doesn't matter if they're real or not. You shouldn't be doing them anyway.
And fully prepared. And without more information than we have, there's no way to be fully informed and fully prepared.
True enough.
People don't even agree that you go to the same world with the hooded man and the elevator ritual. So,
what do you do? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Now, so it's time to say our goodbyes. Ba-doo-ba-da-boo. Good night, sweetheart.
Hey.
Well, oh, yeah, that's right. I don't want to pay the price for that. So,
yes, exactly.
I need to say thank you to Bill Barrett, the guy that does our theme music. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks to Aaron Gnerk of the Big Dumb Fun Show that had us on a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks, BDFS. Thanks, Slutterbell the Every Fairy, because she was the guest host in that show. So, yes, thanks to all of you for putting the word of the family plot out there.
Thanks for our podcast picture page.
Yep. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page, and donate to Team Bunny or Team Podcast.
This bunny is not cheap to feed.
Nope.
No, she's expensive to feed. I'm the one who has to keep going and buying produce. Please, donate to Team Bunny.
Or Team Podcast, you know.
Or Team
Podcast. Team Podcast isn't exactly cheap either.
Now, you can also donate to us on Buy Me a Coffee. It's just $5, but we will split every donation between the bunny and the podcast. So there you go. You can also get merchandise. Now, currently, we are still on Design by Humans, but we are getting ready to move to TeePublic.
I love TeePublic. They have some amazing things on there already, even if it's not family plot. So, I mean, TeePublic is just awesome in general.
Did they, recommend you to go there, or?
Someone in one of the groups we belong to on Twitter was talking about different places that do merch, and a lot of people had high praise for TeePublic, so I got to looking at it, and I liked it a lot myself. So, and
awesome.
Because Design by Humans makes me redo our inventory every other week, I thought I'd...
no offense, we're sure Design by Humans is great, but we don't have that kind of... Dean doesn't have that kind of...
patience. I don't have that kind of patience.
He definitely doesn't have that kind of patience, for real.
You can also follow us on Instagram. We are plot_family. You can find Krista on Twitter at FChrystalin. Laura is anti-Twitter at this point.
I've got to work on my online presence, I guess, but see, Mom also is online with my real world job all the time, so Facebook is about the best I do, but Facebook, I'm on the Family Plot Facebook page there, so you can reach me there through that one.
Yep. Now, you can also reach us on Instagram, The Real Crystalline Williams, and of course, Boogeyman KC.
As you know, Dad said Instagram when he said plot_family, that was supposed to be Twitter.
Yes. Krista also has a YouTube channel, Random Reactor, where she has downloaded... Well, she has one video, and she's creating a second, or did you ever get that?
I have already got that done. That was easy to do. Yeah, so if you want to see my sister's cat freaking out because of catnip, go ahead and go on the channel.
catch us at our upcoming live show with the Branch Podcast. That'll be probably March or April, maybe a little later. Just depends on all this
Really
COVID garbage. Not that I'm, hey, it's been cool not to have to go anyplace, but I'm ready to have a steak or something. I'm just saying.
I'm ready to go out in a restaurant.
So, yes, and then join us next week for our very special show on Vlad Tepes, the legend behind Dracula and the castles connected to the legend.
Oh, that's a loving Valentine's show. That's
not,
I guess vampires and beating hearts. Sure, we can go with that.
That's not Valentine's. It'll be our first podcast of February.
Oh, okay.
But no, our Valentine's show will be supernatural love stories.
Oh, I see.
Nice.
So, give me some credit for knowing what I do.
Oh, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
So that's our show. And hey, feel free to share your thoughts with us. If you think all of this is...
Or if you have had any experience.
Or if you have had any experiences. But if you think this is all just made up internet garbage, tell us. If you know someone who's had an experience, tell us. We're happy to find out.
We also do not bite.
No, never once bitten. Well, Krista when she was very young, and when I was 5, I think I bit my grandmother on the butt. But no one since. And since that was 40 plus years ago, I think you're probably safe.
I'm definitely safe. I didn't know I bit people. If you try to play fight with me, though, I may accidentally scar you.
Okay.
Because I have nails. But I don't think that's gonna happen. The only person who does that with me is Caitlin, and she's just like that.
So, that's our show. Thank you very much from Dean, the dad.
Crystalline, the daughter.
And Laura, the mom.
Thanks for visiting us here in the Family Plot. We'll see you again.